Hey everyone, it is Gills with Power Talk as K-State falls to Houston 87-57 inside our Bramlage Coliseum on Saturday. That 30-point defeat is the worst for Jerome Tang in his K-State tenure. That's the program's fifth worst all time and then the worst since 2020. So those numbers right there, guys, that kind of tells you all you need to know just about how dominant, how lopsided this game was. Real quick here, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, all that stuff. Hit subscribe if you're not already. It helps us grow and reach more K-Staters. It also keeps Fitz happy, and we want to keep him happy as well. So I mentioned the numbers with the margin of defeat. The numbers really do just kind of tell the story of this game. And there's really not a whole lot of analysis or things that I can break down when you lose by 30. And this was a true 30-point loss. It wasn't like Houston pulled away at the end. This was as dominant of a college basketball game as I've seen in quite some time. So I could try to break it down, but the numbers really do speak for themselves, and that's the best way to tell you just how bad this was. Rebounding, Houston won the rebounding battle 44-20. On the offensive glass, Kelvin Sampson's squad was up 16-2 over K-State. So you're not going to win college basketball games with those numbers. Turnovers, as has been a Jerome Tang team issue for years now, 15-5 in favor of Houston. Points off of turnovers, 21-7. You're just not going to win games with those numbers. And these numbers, again, second chance points, 20-1, 20 for Houston, and 1 for Kansas State. So these numbers tell you that Houston is a very good team, and Kansas State is a not good team. Kansas State is 7-8. Kansas State 1-3 in the Big 12 is what it is. Big 12 stuff to play in, I get it. But when you're 7-8, when you are sub 500 on the year in January, that's evident that you are not a good team. And not even for 2024-25, not even with this year, but Houston's got it going, right? Kelvin Sampson has been there for a while. He's got continuity. He's got guys returning. His players didn't necessarily need to gel together as much as a program or a team like Kansas State had to this season. And they're still gelling together. They're still seemingly throwing darts at the board and seeing what sticks, right? Buddy Rich has been in the rotation here as of late, and then against Houston, he doesn't play. Moby checks in for a minute, he's out. David Castillo, he's in, he's out. Ugonna and Yenso hadn't been playing for a while. Now he's back in the rotation, played meaningful minutes throughout a good chunk of this game. And so, Kansas State just hasn't been able to figure it out with so many newcomers. And Jerome Tang mentioned that in his post-game press conference, that you have to get David Gassons on your team, right? You've got to get guys that come back, know your system, know your culture. And if David Gasson had more guys like that, he could play amongst, guys that he's very familiar, has chemistry playing with. And K-State just doesn't have that. Jerome Tang mentioned how the challenge now in college basketball is getting guys to stay and stick around in your program. Houston's got that. Houston sets the standard for how it should be done. And it's not easy. NIL and the portal, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But Kansas State has to get to that level, not this year, but moving forward in the future. That Houston team is a blueprint for how it should be done in the Big 12. So K-State, with this game in specific, man, there's, a 30-point defeat is a 30-point defeat. There's no way to sugarcoat it. And there's also no way to really dive deeply into that. A 30-point defeat means that you were essentially dominated. Kansas State, from start to finish, really was just controlled by Houston in this game. So coming up on Tuesday, Texas Tech comes to town. K-State's got to have a very quick, short memory as they try to get back into the win column and snap this 3-game losing streak.